The Aztec Empire. The Aztec Empire is one of the most remarkable civilizations ever built. At its peak, it controls central Mexico, with a population of somewhere between 5 and 15 million people. Its capital, Tenochtitlan, sits on an island in the middle of a lake, connected to the mainland by massive causeways. It is larger than any city in Europe at the time. Larger than London. Larger than Paris. A city of canals, floating gardens, towering temples, and sophisticated markets where you can buy everything from gold jewelry to live animals to medicinal herbs. The Aztecs build this empire through military conquest and a system of tribute that extracts wealth from every surrounding territory. Conquered peoples pay in gold, food, textiles, and human beings for sacrifice. It is powerful, sophisticated, and by any measure of the time, dominant. It falls in 2 years. The man who destroys it arrives with 500 soldiers. Hernán Cortés lands on the Mexican coast in 1519 with 500 conquistadors, 16 horses, and a small number of cannons. By any rational military calculation, he has no business being anywhere near the most powerful empire in Mesoamerica. But several things happen simultaneously that the Aztecs have no framework to understand or counter. The first is disease. The Spanish carry smallpox. The Aztec population has zero immunity to European diseases. Smallpox moves faster than Cortés's army. By the time the Spanish reached Tenochtitlan, the epidemic has already killed somewhere between 30 and 50% of the population, including the Emperor Cuitlahuac, who dies of smallpox in 1520. The second is politics. The Aztec Empire is not a unified nation. It is a collection of conquered peoples held together by force and resentment. Many of these peoples hate the Aztecs with generations of accumulated fury. When Cortés arrives, he is not seen as an invader by everyone. He is seen by many as a liberator. He builds alliances with Aztec enemies, particularly the Tlaxcalans, who provide him with tens of thousands of indigenous warriors. Cortés does not conquer the Aztec Empire with 500 Spaniards. He conquers it with 500 Spaniards and somewhere between 50,000 and 200,000 people who despise the Aztecs as much as he does. The third factor is psychological. Aztec religious prophecy speaks of a god named Quetzalcoatl, who will return from the east. Some accounts suggest that Aztec Emperor Moctezuma II initially hesitates to destroy the Spanish because he is uncertain whether Cortés might be the fulfillment of this prophecy. Whether this is true or simply Spanish propaganda, invented after the fact, historians still debate. What is not debated is that Moctezuma invites Cortés into Tenochtitlan rather than destroying him at the coast when he had every military advantage to do so. Cortés takes Moctezuma hostage within his own palace. The Aztec military, the most feared fighting force in Mesoamerica, is paralyzed by the capture of their emperor. Moctezuma dies in 1520 under disputed circumstances. Spanish accounts say he was stoned by his own people for cooperating with the invaders. Aztec accounts say the Spanish murdered him. The siege of Tenochtitlan begins in 1521. Cortés and his alliance cut off the causeways connecting the island city to the mainland. They blockade the lake. They destroy the aqueducts, supplying fresh water. Inside the city, smallpox continues killing thousands. On August 13, 1521, the last Aztec Emperor Cuauhtémoc is captured trying to escape across the lake in a canoe. The siege is over. Tenochtitlan, one of the greatest cities ever built, is systematically demolished. Its temples torn down. Its stones used to build a Spanish colonial city on top of it. That city is now called Mexico City. The Aztec Empire falls not because it is weak. It falls because it is hated by its own neighbors, hit by a disease it has never encountered, and psychologically paralyzed at the critical moment when decisive action might have changed everything.